Welcome to my video of red versus black, otherwise known as did Andrea Zagato make a mistake requesting that his Alfa SZ be produced in black. So the car in question is a Spark model, 43rd scale Alfa Romeo SZ, SZ being for Sprint Zagato, so this was a Zagato styled car, hence Andrea Zagato being able to request a particular colour. All of them were produced in red with a black roof and tan interior, except for the one for Andrea Zagato. So, but the purpose of course of this video isn't really to ask about the real cars, it's to ask about your model car collection. Should I be buying black model cars? And there is the tricky question. So I'll start by saying I got this black one first, substantially cheaper than the red one, well, in terms of market value. So these red Alfa SZs cost about, I think you'd have to really pay 120, 130 pounds, maybe $150 to get a red one. The black one was more like 70, 80 pounds, so it's probably half price or just a bit over half price. So is the market correct in valuing the red one more highly? Now I was lucky, I bought the black one first, like I mentioned, and but I ended up very recently, about a month ago, and bearing in mind this is early 2021, getting the red one second hand, both of them of course. I managed to find a seller on eBay who was selling one second hand in the UK, and it was an auction and it finished at an odd time, so I managed to pick up a bargain. Right, okay, so let's compare what we see from the front. And the first most noticeable thing is the black car. The headlight highlights are much stronger, and I notice the red car has coloured headlights like the French market would have, but these are actually amber headlights, which is very odd. I don't know why. I certainly didn't realise until I just started this video. So let me hold on and see what the internet tells me about this. Right, yes, it does appear that the only red version Spark made was the part number S0612, and it always came with amber headlights. So my preference would be the black car in this instance. Now, while we're on the topic of lights, this is an interesting contrast too. One of the distinct features of the Alfa SZ is the rear lights, the strip across the back of the car. It's a very tall back of the car, and what we notice with the red car, if you've got reasonable light, and I'm holding this up a bit so it picks up more of the sunlight coming through the window, and it's quite a nice highlight on the black car. And if you've ever seen other cars with specifically red tail lights on the back without any amber showing or any white of reversing lights showing, you'll realise it contrasts well with darker colours. Obviously doesn't contrast with red very much, but you know, horses for courses. So interesting one there, and we do see the red fog lights in the rear bumper valence area. Okay, so again I would say a win for the black car, which is not turning out how I expected really. Okay, right, I've just noticed a slight difference between the two models. If I hold it like this, you may see that the windscreen wiper layouts are slightly different between these two cars. On the black car, the windscreen wipers are a little bit further up the screen than the red car. in which case I prefer the red car because they're more neat, they're probably more realistic. Maybe they're not. What does the real car have in terms of its position of the windscreen wipers? So, no, I would say the black car is more realistic in that the windscreen wipers shouldn't be quite so compactly positioned at the bottom of the screen. They should be up a little bit in the airflow. Okay, bear in mind this is a 1989 car, so really they're not, you don't have parking windscreen wipers that park under the trailing edge of the bonnet, the engine cover. So, okay, another win for the black car. Now, but the big thing with black cars is that you can't see the detail. Now, looking at that, if we do that, we can see a nice gloss effect as I turn up the black. So that's pretty cool. What about with the red? Less obvious, that glossiness. So actually, in terms of glossiness, the black wins again. Okay, wow, and you've got the highlight of the door catch, lock, whatever it is there. So that's a bit more interesting as well. You do have it on the red car, but it's obviously more of a highlight on the black. But in general, with the red car, you can see that swage line down the car better. If I move that up, you've got a lot of detail that you just can't see on the black one. The door handle, for example, which is behind the door, behind the trailing edge of the door on the rear side of the car. You can just see it there, but you've had to look carefully to see that. So the jacking point on the black car there, on the red car is more obvious, on the black car is hidden, but in this case you don't want to see the jacking point. So the black car wins again. Gosh. What about that SZ logo on the front wing there, just there below the side repeater? Let's put that in front. I can't read that so well. I can't read that at all on the red one, really. Let's see what it's got on the other side. Oh, focus, come on. Right, we're now struggling to get any focus. Let's put my finger in front. Okay, we've got some focus back. Yeah, it's harder to see the SZ on the red car. Partly because it doesn't contrast so much as it does on the black car. The wheels obviously stand out. So yeah, this is perhaps more aggressive, got some interesting highlights. The bonnet badges clearly depicted on the front of each. Right, let's move on. Wing mirrors, body coloured. They may have looked more dramatic in a chrome or something on the black car, but that would really be out of keeping. So, interiors, we've got a tan or a beige interior on the red car and a black interior on the black car. So you're really going to struggle to see the interior. I am going to show you the interior on the red car. You can see the side bolsters on the front seat there. Even though we're again struggling to focus. Sorry about that. Okay, let's have a look. You can see the dials. You see the steering wheel. Okay, and the windscreen wipers. The door mirrors. The mirror glass of the door mirrors, nice and reflective. Some lower stuff there, more seating. Rear parcel shelf is clearer, and you can see this element, the heater element. Of course, it doesn't need to go to the top of the screen because you can't see out the top if you're looking in your rear view mirror. So the element is just at the bottom. Some detail there in that moulding on the rear, parcel shelf, load bay. This is not a hatchback. You have a small opening boot at the back, and then you have to stuff stuff into that area through the passenger compartment. Let's look at the interior on this car now and see what we can see. Okay, we can see the dash again and those dials down there, but really you're struggling to see the seats at all. Those rear heater elements are more obvious perhaps a little bit because they're contrasting over the black. Yes, if I angle it I can see the detail in that luggage area there, but it doesn't really stand out. Yeah, you have to look more carefully. So, and down through there you can see some of the detail around the gear stick. Let's have a look on this one. Yeah, and you can see the carpet better. Out the door cards. Yeah, you can see so much more there on the tan car. So even though I've picked out loads of positive points on the black car, the red car would be the one that you'd enjoy to show to people if it was in the cabinet, in your case, display case, because they're going to see more detail straight away. But if you're going to spend time picking up the car and looking at it carefully, you might well find the black car more satisfying. So there we go. Thanks for watching. More videos on this channel. Some other Spark 43rd scale models, some 18th scale, some HPI models, Le Mans cars, a Porsche collection, various things, some 12th scales, and some 18ths. So thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed it, and do make sure you get an account with Buy Now Search, which is my side project, which will enable you to get search results by email from eBay for fixed price items that can be sold within minutes, and you'll get a notification within a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of an item being listed that matches your search results. So you've got a much better chance of finding the rare and unusual and well-priced items than you would waiting for your daily eBay email search results. So thanks for watching, and you'll hear from me again soon.